It was a peaceful afternoon at Lake Berryessa, until a man in a black hood walked toward them in broad daylight. In the middle of the day, in plain sight, the Zodiac Killer did something no one expected. They thought it was just another man by the lake. They were wrong. This wasn't just an attack, it was planned, controlled, and meant to be remembered. Bright sun, quiet lake, no warning, just a shadow walking closer. He didn't hide in the dark, he came in daylight. It was a perfect afternoon at Lake Berryessa. The sun stretched across the water, turning it into a shimmering sheet of gold. The hills stood still, untouched by time. Everything felt peaceful, safe. A young couple sat quietly by the shoreline, laughing softly, sharing a simple moment. The kind of moment you don't think twice about, because nothing feels wrong. The water moved gently. The wind whispered through the trees. And for a while, the world was exactly as it should be. But then, something changed. Far in the distance, a figure appeared, walking slowly along the edge of the lake. At first, it meant nothing. Just another person, another passerby. But the longer you looked, the more something felt off. He wasn't wandering. He wasn't relaxing. He was watching. The couple noticed him. Just a glance at first. Then another. A quiet, unspoken question passing between them. "Who is that?" The figure stopped. For a moment, everything went still. Then he stepped behind a tree, and disappeared. Silence returned. But it didn't feel the same anymore. Seconds passed. Maybe a minute. And then, he came back. But this time, he wasn't the same. He wore a dark hood. Heavy. Deliberate. Covering his entire face. On his chest, a symbol. A circle, crossed through. The air shifted. The peace was gone. He began walking toward them. Slowly. Calmly. Like this moment had already been decided. The couple froze. Confusion turning into fear. He stopped just a few feet away. And then, in a controlled, almost casual voice, he spoke. "I just need your money, and your car." It sounded like a robbery. But something deeper, something colder, lurked beneath his words. They hesitated. But they obeyed. Because in that moment, there was still hope. Hope that this would end. He told them to lie down. To turn over. His movements were precise. Careful. Almost practiced. Rope tightened around trembling hands. Knots pulled firm. No rush. No panic. Just control. The couple exchanged one last look. Fear now fully set in. Because something wasn't right. The silence that followed was heavier than anything before it. Then, without warning, everything shattered. The calm lake, the warm sunlight, the quiet afternoon, all of it, gone. What replaced it was chaos. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. The figure stood still, breathing, watching. For a moment, it was as if time paused. Then he turned and walked away. No rush, no fear, just disappearing back into the trees. The lake returned to silence. But it wasn't peaceful anymore. Hours later, authorities arrived. Too late. But the killer had left something behind. Not just destruction, not just fear. A message, on a nearby car door, written carefully. Deliberately. A timeline, of everything he had done. Signed, with that same symbol. Detective Carter stared at it in disbelief. "This wasn't random," he said quietly. "This was planned." And in that moment, everything changed. Because now, the Zodiac Killer wasn't hiding anymore. He was evolving, becoming bolder, closer, more visible, and far more dangerous. To enjoy the remaining episodes of the Zodiac Killer and also more of dark historical videos, just press the like button and also make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks.